think it's just eliminated the fact that fear is always going to be constant.
Oh,
but just distribute. That's two things. In fact, I wanted to touch on fear and the fact that yes, I understand that we work in a media creative environment, but sometimes these things don't require other people. You actually have to be hands on yourself to actually see the development and the change that you want to see. So it's great the fact that the way he's been able to brand, the way he's been able to reinvent himself, but that's all him though. That's him putting up the post. That's all him creating, doing the design and stuff like that. And you from those moments, from those processes of you doing that, you build value. So when a client comes in and be like, oh, we think this amount or you're worth this amount, no, I'm not worth that amount. I'm going to tell you this because this is what I've done and this is what I'm bringing to you. That's why you're coming to me. And the value thing is very, very key, because when you do start to get noticed and you start to have a lot of conversations with a lot of brands who are interested in the way you package your Instagram or the way you package your process, you can, from that value, your value can always increase, because now that you're adding quote unquote corporate or other creatives to your catalog and your roster, you can demand more. And that is when you scale it a lot more bigger. And like you said, ride that wave, because then you don't know when that's going to stop. But as long as it keeps growing, you have now put yourself in a position where those conversations, your name's going to be in those conversations about whether or not we want to put you, or we want this graphic designer, or we want this presenter, or we want that, because you put yourself in those positions. And that's what I've learned a lot more this year with, like you just mentioned, Reels. I don't keep on top of them, but the Reels that I have done has gained traction. And I was like, wow, even still after maybe 2-3 months, it's still doing it. So that reminds me, is that, okay, cool. If you can film in bulk, like set yourself a challenge. If you can film in bulk 3 times, different outfits or whatever it is you want to do, 3 times a week, and just release them day after another, then you can film another day, film in bulk. And I feel like that is the greatest process for me, because obviously I'm saying this now because I got Reels stacked up ready to come out. Do you know what I mean? Just in case. Stacked up ready to come out. But it's only through the 4 times that I've done the Reels on my Instagram that I now had to realize that, whoa, this is actually drawing a lot of traction. I now need to capitalize on this and be consistent. So when you film in bulk, you now have somewhat a kind of story, and people will like to engage in that. And then you have the power in your hands to actually obviously just capitalize, monetize off of that, and scale it to even bigger. Because you'd be surprised what kind of ideas come from people's appreciation from actually you doing something that's just completely just genuine. Do you know what I mean? And your ideas can expand on that as well. So even now, when you do release another book, or when you release another book, I'm sure you have different ideas of how you want to get it out there. Exactly. Do you know what I mean? Because it won't be the same way that you did it before. Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
All right, guys, wait, hold up. So we looked at the analytics, and apparently 25% of you who watch this podcast are not subscribed. Now, that doesn't make sense, because if you're watching this podcast, then you clearly like it and you clearly want more. So the best way to get more is to subscribe. And guess what? Even do another thing, subscribe. Hit that little bell button and put the notifications on. So when we post this exquisite content, right, you'll get it directly in your notifications. So subscribe right now. Thank you.